All right, so this is Module 10, Bullying Prevention. So we had to read 4 articles and explain how they relate to the standards in this module. So the first article was 3 essential priorities for school principals. Principals should focus on a caring and inclusive school environment. They should make sure staff and faculty embrace their leadership skills. There's a lot of great leaders at school, and oftentimes there's so many skills that are not utilized. School principals should also collaborate with their school community. School community is integral to having respect, students feeling safe, and making sure that bullying doesn't actually occur. This relates to Standard C2 because the article is about principals making sure each student is a valuable member of the community and is cared about and included, which is basically all what Standard C2 is all about. The next article we had to read was how feeling respected transforms a student's relationship with school. Teachers view respect as compliance, and students view respect as a basic recognition of their humanity. So teachers basically view respect as if you're following the teacher's direction, where students view respect as being treated more as like a whole person. Racial stereotypes can influence a teacher and increase their punitive mindset. So obviously, if you have racial bias, students of color or students of different groups can get more consequences or punishment. Teachers who participated in an empathy class had less discipline issues and less office write-ups after taking the class. It just gets to the heart of if a teacher has a little bit of empathy, then they realize that a lot of times students aren't just misbehaving just to misbehave. There's something else going on. Students who felt that a teacher takes the time to respect them and try to figure out why the student is misbehaving make better connections if they try to fix the behavior. So getting to know your students and trying to figure out why they're misbehaving allows better connections and less discipline problems. This article is all related to Standard 3C2 because it's all about schools and teachers respecting students. It's also related to 3C5 because it focuses on positive student conduct and reinforcing and enhancing respect. The next article we had to read was Creating a Warm and Inclusive Classroom Environment, Planning for Children to Feel Welcome. Classroom design can lead students to feeling safe and welcome. So if your classroom is welcoming, it can help students feel safe. That can include like having certain colors in your room, having flexible seating. Creating special traditions in the classroom can help create a warm space. So special things that you do in class make students feel safe and inviting to the classroom. Teachers should empower students to advocate for themselves. Teachers should teach active and reflective listening skills, and children's literature can teach social skills. So a lot of times the best social emotional learning ties back into a book. This article directly relates to Standard C2 because it's all about creating an environment that respects the students. The standards C4-5 are also relevant because it's about the social development of students and developing positive student conduct. The next article we had to do was strategies for building a productive and powerful environment. By making learning relevant, the more students are engaged. So if the students feel like they can relate to it, they are more willing to engage, and then you'll have less problems. Teachers should get students involved in making a code of conduct. If the students feel like they're part of the process and have some say in it, then they buy in more. Creating a positive actions curriculum is one of the best ways to teach and instill positive behaviors. Teachers should help students develop intrinsic motivation. Students need to be taught that when you do something good, you feel good. And that feeling inspires you to continue to do good. Teachers should always respond with positivity. This article is all about building a safe, positive, caring environment for the student and related to all of the standards in C 2 through 5. Then we had to research our own articles about bullying prevention. So my first article was addressing the needs of LGBTQ youth. LGBTQ youth are often targeted for bullying. Schools can participate in a no name calling week where students are make an effort to not name call and focus on the power that words can have and the effect that mean words can have on someone else. Students who if you allow students to have a gay straight alliance club, students feel like they can address issues that if they're being bullied or attacked, that's a safe place for them to talk about it and to come up with some solutions or to empower the students to try to address what's happening. It also creates a safe place for them to be themselves and to feel accepted in a school. Schools can also adopt an anti-bullying policy that specifically lists sexual orientation and gender expression. So if you have an anti-bullying policy, it's important that you actually include sexual orientation and gender expression so that if it happens, it's in the policy already. So students know that if they do something like that, then they are breaking the school rules and then punishment can occur. Schools can provide teachers with training on how to address and recognize LGBTQ bullying, and teachers need access to a curriculum that respects differences in all types of people. Another article about bullying that I found was the world's foremost bullying program. It's all based on the, I believe I'm saying it correctly, Earliest Bullying Prevention Program, also known as OBPP. It's the most researched bullying prevention. Most research bullying prevention. The whole school participates with students. The whole school participates, but the students who are the victims of bullying and also the offenders of bullying get individualized instruction. So the whole school is involved in the program, but also specific instruction is given to someone who is a victim of bullying or an offender of bullying to try to fix the problems. Program goals include reducing existing bullying problems, preventing new bullying problems, and achieving better student relationships. And the outcomes of the program include reductions in students bullying each other, reductions in students' antisocial behavior, and greater support for those that have been bullied, and more interventions for students who are bullying others, and improvements in school social climates. One of the other articles I found was preventing bullying with a PBS framework. PBS is positive behavior supports. So if schools are already using positive behavior supports, they can prevent bullying by not using the term bully. Oftentimes when students or staff members, for example, use the word bully, there's lots of different meanings to that, so it can be confusing. You can also remove social reinforcements for bullying and teach students to be respectful of all students. Disrespectful behavior often occurs because it gets a lot of attention. Students should try to take away the attention someone gets for being disrespectful. Students should use the 3-step approach, which is tell the student to stop, walk away, and talk to an adult if they encounter disrespectful or mean-spirited behavior that could be considered bullying. Bullying prevention was another article I found. Bullying can go unnoticed, so identifying the behavior is super important. Teachers need to intervene when they are aware bullying is happening. School-wide and district-wide should have anti-bullying policies. Schools should create safe and accessible methods for reporting and addressing bullying, and schools must develop a positive culture and guide social and emotional learning. Staff should also receive professional development to prevent and combat bullying. There are 3 types of bullying: verbal bullying, social bullying, and physical bullying. So verbal bullying includes teasing sexually inappropriate comments name-calling, taunting, or threatening to cause harm. Social bullying includes leaving someone out, spreading rumors, embarrassing someone in public, telling other people not to be friends with someone. And physical bullying includes hitting, kicking, punching, tripping, pushing, spitting, taking or breaking someone's possessions, or making mean or rude hand gestures. Bullying typically occurs in areas where there's not as much teacher presence. It also can occur in the classroom, but a lot of times it occurs in hallways or lockers, cafeteria, bathroom, physical education or gym, and outside at the playground or during recess. If bullying is happening, then the schools don't have these policies in place. When these school policies are in place, bullying basically is prevented. So schools should have a mission statement that includes treating others with respect and that school is a safe place. Schools should also have a code of conduct that describes expected behavior, and a school should have a student bill of rights that includes positive things a student can expect at school, like basically safety and respect are two things that should be given at school. So something a student can expect. When schools create a community of care and support for students, then bullying decreases. Students feel accepted and respected. Schools become a safer place. Student productivity and engagement increases, which leads to a rise in achievement. And it can change the entire culture of the school and hopefully promote life skills to treat others with respect. And then these are just a list of the resources of the articles that I found. There's also a second page. Thanks for watching.